Kyung-la, welcome to the program. I can't imagine what it must be to try to cover this. Are you noticing anything different from day to day, like right now, compared to earlier?
It's been dramatically different, and it's very surreal for me because I live right down about 5 minutes from here. So what's happening here in Altadena, and this is a middle-class community of single-family homes, at least in this section. The struggle today is, even though fire has gone through this area, what firefighters are now having to fight, you can see over here, Lionel, if you can take a look, this is a house. This is a new fire. Somehow embers, at this point, they can't do the diagnostics, but there are new fires that are continuing to pop up. A home that thought they made it through the fire, the first wave, this is now something new that's happening. And firefighters, you see the number of firefighters who are out here. These are firefighters who've been working in many cases more than 24 hours straight trying to battle a very dangerous fire. So this home over here, this is a home that was already flattened. And if you can see further down, this is a larger road here in Altadena. All of those homes are gone. There are entire sections of this community that, and this is a foothill community, so it's not a mountain community. This is a foothill community that have been completely destroyed. People in this community I interviewed a VA nurse who has lived here for 25 years. She has no idea at this stage what she's going to do. So a fire of more than 10,000 acres still burning dangerously in those hills behind us, and 5 people have died from this fire so far.
And Kyung, you know, you said you live just down the road. You've shown us other residents' houses ablaze right there. The emergency workers seem to say that in some areas the winds are shifting somewhat. They're not as high and hurricane-like as they were yesterday, and that might help them. Can you confirm that in where you are?
Night and day. And I can tell you this because I've been here since the beginning. More than 24 hours ago, me, my kids, my husband, we slept well last night in a place that we evacuated to. The windows were not shaking. The night before, I thought every single window in the home was going to explode because of hurricane force winds. It was unbelievable. Today, you can still see there's just a little bit of some of the embers coming through. It is a completely different story. What firefighters can now do today is begin to draw containment lines. Even though I can tell you that right now the 2 big fires, the Palisades fire and the Eaton fire, are 0% contained, they are beginning to at least make some headway. The big problem, though, is that there's so many homes lost, and this is going to now be a financial disaster for entire communities.
And you mentioned Palisades, obviously. It's been called the worst ever fire in LA history. And we have, heard from lots of people, seen lots of the terrible damage. And whole communities have been destroyed up there. I mean, we showed the drone pictures of what looks like a war zone. Can you tell us any more about what's happening there? You say it's zero contained right now.
Zero containment on both of these fires. And yesterday, it was extraordinary, Christian, because, yes, we knew about the Palisades fire that had broken out a little less than 48 hours ago, and that was a huge problem. But then it became whack-a-mole. The Eaton fire, another fire, the Hearst fire, and then firefighters are being stretched all over the place. There simply aren't enough people on the ground to try to deal with these extraordinary conditions. The amount of water that we got here in California a couple of seasons ago, that led to extraordinary growth. Just wonderful trees. My garden was doing great. But then, this year, I do not remember the last time it rained. So it's extraordinarily dry. Even as I pick this up here, you can see all of this is all it's all dead and dried out. And this is somebody who has sprinklers. So our gardens right now are nothing but tinder, and that's across this entire area. That mix that with the winds, those hurricane force winds I was telling you about, you have a recipe for disaster in areas like this where, 25 years ago, when these residents moved in, they never thought that there was going to be fire here. That was unthinkable. But when you put hurricane force winds pushing it all through, you can't stop it.